Hey guys, Ameer here from Team WUNAX. I'm here to showcase my top 32 Mannadium deck profile. I got my invite this past weekend at the Minnesota Regional. There was 200 people, so they gave out 32 invites, and I was able to sneak it in with Mannadium. So without further ado, I think I'm just going to get right into the deck profile. So to start off, we have 3 Visas, 3 Riem Heart, and 2 Reichart. Visas is the heart and soul of the deck. Riem Heart on summon adds any Mannadium card from deck to hand, and he does have a cool effect that he can pop a Mannadium monster or a monster with 1500 attack and 2100 defense on the field, and then he summons himself. It's only during the main phase though, so what's kind of cool about that is if you open up the Reichart and the Riem Heart, you can normal summon the Reichart, activate the effect to search, and then if your opponent has Imperm, Veil, or anything like that, you can just chain the Riem Heart, pop the Reichart, and then you'll get both the searches off of both of them. For the balls, I played 3 Meek and 1 Torrid. I'm probably going to end up cutting the Torrid just because I ended up siding it out a lot, and the only instance where I really did see it was I had Torrid and Meek in my hand, and I just summoned the Meek. I didn't really use the Torrid. For the hand traps, I played 2 Droll, 2 Nib, and 2 Ash. Ash is to cover Chimera, Branded, a little bit of Tier. Nibiru is to cover Unchained, I guess Tier as well, anything combo heavy, and then Droll is for anything combo heavy as well, and then Purely. Plus these are all cross-out targets for this deck because this deck loses hard to a lot of these hand traps. For the spells, played 3 Calarium, 3 Obsidian, and 1 Imaginings. I think I'm going to cut back down to 2 Obsidian, just because I ended up siding out one of these a lot as well. And then the Imaginings is always great to see. For the Scareclaw package, I played 2 Arrival and 2 Reichphobia, along with the 2 Reichart. Arrival isn't once per turn. I had an instance where someone called the judge because they thought it was once per turn. It is not, so just do your research on Arrival. I think it's the correct number. I didn't have an instance where I opened up both Arrivals or both Reichphobias. I was still able to get the search off for Lightheart. For the one-ofs, 1 Rhoda, 1 Called By. I didn't play Terraforming just because it's another Droll bait. I thought that there would be a lot of people playing Droll, because if you activate Terraforming at the field spell, they Droll you. You can't use your field spell, and then it kind of just stops your turn. I also did play 3 Crossout though, just for like the hand traps that I did play, the Ash, the Nib, the Drolls, and then some of the other utility cards I did play. So the utilities were Book of Moon and 2 Talents. Talents was amazing. I don't think that I would bump it up to 3 though, just because I don't want to open up with 2 Talents. And then Book of Moon, really great against Unchained, Purely. I ended up booking somebody's Purely monster before they made it into a Noir, and then I ended up taking it with Talents, and then yeah, they kind of just went hand in hand. For the trap cards, 1 Reframing and 3 Imperm. I think that Imperm is one of the best hand traps in the format right now, just because people are playing Thrust, people are playing Talents, and then this dodges both of them. And another crossout target. So deck list is 42, so I think I'm going to cut it back down to 40. Just have to see what to take out. For the extra deck, it is 1 Lightheart, 1 Cross Sheep, 1 Appaloosa. I don't think that you need to play 2 Lightheart. Every single time when I summoned Lightheart, it did resolve. So I'm not 100% sure if people are more so like, oh, let's stop the Lightheart, or let's stop them early on game. 1 Cross Sheep because you only need 1, and Appaloosa, this is cuttable as well. I was going to play an access code, but there was an instance like if you're going first, you're going to set up a whole bunch of negates, or you're going to turn skip them, and then if you go second, you should have enough to break through the board. Otherwise you're going to end up just losing that game anyways. Two Astrolaud. I don't think that you need 3. This is 2 for the standard combo to try and turn skip somebody. Otherwise, if you are going second, then it is good to maybe have a third, but I don't think that you'd be able to summon 3 in a turn. 2 is still perfect number for me. 1XL, I think I'm going to cut this as well, just because I only ever summoned this once just to make a Baron, and it was with a ball and one of the Bystials, just to make a Baron, just to live for a turn, but we ended up tying that game anyways. 1 Amritara, really good card, searches anything that has Visas. Well, it's a spell and trap that searches, mentions Visas. For the 10s, Chaos Angel, Dispatter, Baron, and Ice Jade. I think a lot of people are playing Changing instead of the Ice Jade, but I think with a lot of Unchained running around and having them destroy your cards, you can work really well with Ice Jade just to chain and then banish whatever they have, especially if they have multiple copies of anything in their grave, and then you can get rid of them. Chaos Angel is summoning against Purely. Bystial, Dispatter came out every single time I summoned Baron, and I summoned Baron, I think, every single match. And then for the 12s, Bishbalkan, Calamity, and Crimson. Crimson just to target Baron to summon Dispatter, or if you had another 10, summon Dispatter, and then to summon Calamities. I think I only turn skipped 2 or 3 people today. Oh no, this past weekend. And I ended up winning the games. And then the last card in the extra deck is an Abyss Dweller. I just think with a lot of Unchained running around, it's something to have. Plus, Meek is a 4. It's also a water, so it can increase Dweller by 500. I did summon it twice against Unchained, and I did win both those games. And then for the side deck, 1 Magnemite, 2 Druid's Worm. These cards were amazing. I'm going to keep them in. I think it's staple to have in the side deck for this deck. Unchained has a really hard time getting around the Druid's Worms. And if you banish their Yama, it's more advantage to you. Puts them in a really weird spot because they know that the Druid's Worm is coming out. 3 Gamma Seal just for anything, any untargetables, anything that's unaffected. I did use the Gamma Seal on someone's Noir, and they kind of just scooped it up from there, just because they didn't really have any more resources, no spells or traps. 2 Cosmic and 1 Feather Duster. Feather Duster is really good against anything back row heavy. Of course, I played against the 1 Labyrinth player that I didn't see it against, or the Cosmics. I didn't see any type of back row removal, so I ended up losing that round. But I did see Harpies against a Purely player, Cosmic, really good against anything back row heavy, I guess. 2 Dark Ruler. I sided this in once. It was against a mirror match for Mannadium, and I never saw it. That was the only time that I ever sided this in, and I don't think that I'm going to continue playing Dark Ruler. Probably switch it out for something else. And then 3 Evenly. Really good card, really good against anything rogue. Unchained has no negates to stop this. Purely doesn't either, so it's kind of just a board wipe against them. And then if you have 1 card to deal with whatever they're leaving on their board, you should be winning that game. And then 1 D Barrier. This was like another cross-out target that I wanted to have, but the 2 times I got D Barriered, it really didn't matter, because one of them I just made a Dweller, and the second one they didn't have anything to push through my board, so I ended up winning both of them. And then every time that I sided in against Purely, I never really saw it. So that is the deck profile. If you guys have any thoughts, go ahead and comment down below to the deck profile. Quick shout outs I want to give to Team WUNAX, everybody else in Minnesota that believed in me, that I was talking to at the regional, and yeah, I'll see you later.